7 wedding cakes. So next time, folks, you're inside a Costa or a Cap Nero and you think to yourself, I really want that piece of cake, just remember, you want one slice. Hey, 27! Appointed mayor of Cincinnati.
Okay, come. Look at me.
Oh, by the way, speaking of the Metropolitan line, not only is it the oldest, it's the best, because apparently it's the only underground railway line that's 5 glasses of wine a day, 5 pubs, 700 days. You have to do 700 days through the entirety of the pubs in London. That works out about just under 2 years and a very sore head. So coming up on your left-hand side, the very corner, Bank of England. So listen very closely. You can hear your money calling you. You heard that? That was the money. On the left-hand side, all that column building, Royal Stock Exchange. Man and his horse. That is Arthur Wesley, otherwise known as Duke of Wellington. He's the man who beat Napoleon on the Battle of Waterloo, 18th of June 1815. Oh, and Napoleon's century. These would have been made out of very cheap wood, very dry wood, animal manure with cement.
That's the place.
And the room for hay straw and thatch. Roads were about wide as this bus.
Yeah.
And guess what happens next, can't you? The oven overheats and raise fire begins. It takes 4 days to actually calm the fires down. Over 13,300 houses come crashing down to the ground. 87 parish churches, Guildhall, Royal Exchange, St. Paul's. Got in a flash. It's coming up on your left-hand side. You can see the sign that says Flight Centre. Flight Centre. Down there is where you can find Quidditch Day.
What's up, baby? Yeah.
Thanks, John.
Look at that, yeah, baby.
Coming up on your left-hand side is Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge on the left, HMS Belfast warship on the left as well. That is the largest reserve warship all the way from World War II. And just beneath us, River Thames, 215 miles long. So, this bridge has its very own nursery rhyme, which goes, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling
There's the
down.
London Bridge falling down, John.
3 times. Is that the bridge actually did fall down 3 times due to weak foundations and weak build materials. So I should have really told this back when we're on the other side of the bridge, but hey, it's alright, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yes, sir. Now,
Axel,
on
look.
this bridge is where the Scottish freedom fighter William Wallace actually had his head cut off, but the spike put in the middle of the bridge to warn off any trespassers to Crown and country. We are very sorry, Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh guys, you definitely want to do it on a very clear day. It was painted brown. 1977, it is painted blue, white and red for the Queen's Silver Jubilee. Oh, and inside the towers, you've actually got the Tower Bridge Experience. It's a really good tourist attraction. And you can even walk on 2 glass walkways and see traffic underneath your feet. I'll point out to you when we're going over. But tackling on the left-hand side, that's the Financial District. Left-hand side, the fin-shaped building, that's City Hall, where the Mayor of London does the work. Fans of Doctor Who, the pyramid-topped building on your right-hand side with a little flashing light bulb. That building, of course, is a Torchwood Tower where the Daleks first met the Cybermen in the days of Billy Piper and David Tennant. Now then, inside these 2 towers, once again, Tower Bridge Experience. And remember what I said about the glass walkways? Look up. And there you go. If anyone's feeling brave.
Wow.
Now, if anyone is wanting
Saiga, look at me.
cruise service, last cruise today
Axel, look at me.
5 PM
Axel, look.
from St. Catherine's Pier. So once again, that is the last cruise ship, 5 PM, leaves today, St. Catherine's Pier. Left-hand side is Tower of London. The Tower of London, actually, one of the reasons it's famous, it had a zoo. From the 12th century all the way to 1835, you could find lions, tigers, and polar bears. Oh my. Oh, and craning your heads down, people on the right hand side of the bus might have to crane a bit. On the left, underneath the moat, you see right there, the cage? That is where they keep the ravens. 6 ravens to be precise. 1 for spare, just in case one flies away. As the old wives' tale go, if the ravens leave the tower, then the tower will crumble. Now inside, 22 mass executions have been committed, most of those executions by one gentleman, the infamous, notorious King Henry VIII. Charismatic, flamboyant, as a young boy, skilled dancer, very skilled musician. In fact, he's the only member of royalty ever to actually have released a song. It's on vinyl right now. No, honestly, check it out. He actually wrote and actually released a song. I know, it's amazing. But however, King Henry VIII loved his parties. In fact, does anyone want to guess how much money he spent on alcohol every single year? Yeah, Tower of London, Tower Bridge Experience, Tower of London, Tower Bridge Experience, and the River Cruise Service.
Take a look at that.
What?
Thank you very much, New York. Take care of yourself, my darlings. Take care. However, we're going to talk about King Henry VIII. We've got to talk about the wives, haven't we?
Accent, how we gonna look?
King Henry VIII.
You didn't look.
Was there a video of, you guessed it, off goes the head of Catherine Howard, and the last wife, Catherine Parr, outlives King Henry VIII. If you guys want to see it in a musical, there is a musical called Six, playing at the Lyric Theatre right now. I actually saw it at the Edinburgh Fringe 2018. It's an incredible musical. Go and see it. Righty ho, but if we're going to leave the tower, we cannot not talk about the crown jewels. Estimated value, 20 billion. Estimated value, 20 million pounds for the crown jewels. Now for the people who just boarded, our bus downstairs, welcome, my name is Simon, I'm your weird and wacky tour guide aboard this fab.
Where do you go inside? Underground? Channel? Guys, go to the channel. We go to the underground later. Go into the channel now. Yes.
Right, my darlings, so on your left hand side, River Thames. Once again, 215 miles long, 25 species of fish can be found inside. Also, in 1840, now then, to everyone, on your left hand side, you will be able to see a white building. You see the small white building just there? Yep. That is where they filmed Good Morning Britain with Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield. Doesn't mean, folks, I want to see a big step ladder out there tomorrow. Will you guys climb the step ladder and wave through the window going, Simon, are you alright? And of course, the big tower is just by the white building. That is the ITV television towers. Where all those green trees are, you see them? That is London South Bank. Now folks, you can go down London South Bank for like 2 hours and not see the same thing twice. Literally, again, the street entertainment is great. Most, you know, it's poets, mimes and singer-songwriters. Although last weekend did see a trio of African acrobats and they were absolutely incredible.
Excellent.
Also, you've got a few rappers down there. Also, underneath Waterloo Bridge, sometimes you have a book sale underneath there, second-hand book sale. So honestly, explore South Bank and see what you can find. So anyone who's just entered our bus downstairs, unfortunately, darlings, we are all full upstairs. Sorry about that.
Look at that, how many boats are there.
Once again, the email system apparently
this boat can take
just
it
says
with
full run London. This is
boat
the
can
hop-on
take it with me.
service. So if there is something you'd like to see and you want to explore it more, then you can get off at the one of our stops. Because of medieval jousting. Medieval jousting tournaments, horse used to always be on the left-hand side of the track to smash into the other competitor. People saw this, they thought, you know what? Susan with left-hand side. So that's what they started doing, riding their horses on the left, horse and horse and cart, horse and carriage.
Oh.
And that's what you get, folks, if you try and steal the crown jewels. So then on your left-hand side, Raw Festival Hall. However, if you look on the left side of this side of the river, you do have a little bit of Egyptology. This is the Egyptian needle, supported by 2 sphinxes. But guys, if you do want to go and explore some more Egyptology, go to the British Museum. Nearest tube stop to that is Holborn Station. Basically, go up at Holborn. It's a 10-minute walk down the road. Yeah, British Museum. British Museum also has artifacts from Roman civilization, Vikings, and Aztecs. Now going on your left hand side, that of course would be the London Eye. 32 glass capsules around the wheel representing 32 boroughs of London. It is 135 metres tall. It moves at 2.5 miles per hour. It takes around 30-35 minutes through the entirety of the loop. And believe me, I'm one of the biggest scaredy cats on this planet. I went in it a few weekends ago. It's safe. It's smooth riding and absolutely safe. On your right hand side, the big white building here, this is the Ministry of Defence. And underneath it, King Henry VIII's private wine cellar. Oh yeah, one of the little facts I'm going to tell you about his wine, 5 jugs a day. He used to drink 5 jugs a day. Rumours, but still. And on your right hand side, that's New Scotland Yard, of course home of the Metropolitan Police Force, around 17,000 officers currently on streets. Oh, and of course, reason some of our police force are called Bobbies, of course, Robert Peel, founder of the Metropolitan Police Force. And of course, shorten Robert down, Bob, Bobby, Bobby's other name for police. And right in front of us is Big Ben. Somewhere underneath all the construction work, it's there. Yes, it started 2017, and basically they're not doing anything new. All they're doing is just sharpening some features, replastering, clean up the clock face. But yeah, construction started. Okay guys, I'm so sorry, but there are no seats left upstairs. I'm sorry, but there are no seats left upstairs, my darlings.
Excellent.
Now once again, big tower for her Diamond Jubilee. Now the bell, 13.5 tons, which is the equivalent to 2 fully grown African elephants. It took 18 hours to actually get the bell up there. Funny story, tower's completed 1858. 1804.
It's a big bell, so we're going to put a big hammer to it, and the noise it's going to make is going to be absolutely amazing.
What they did next, tested it, dong, crack. So what they had to do is get the bell back down again. Again, remember that, 18 hours, 13.5 tons. So if anyone's wondering where the taxpayer money is going, rubber bullets for the shooting gallery. Oh, and apparently ministers only have to pay about £1.50 for a pint. Now, coming up right in front of us is Parliament Square. There are tall statues of former presidents, prime ministers, statesmen and civil rights leaders. Such people include Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, David Lloyd George, Winston Churchill, and Millicent Fawcett, First Lady of the Square, which I'll be telling you about in due course.
Maybe the aeroplane.
Now the church, you see,
who is that?
on the left-hand side.
Where's the
right
George?
there, that's Westminster Abbey.
Show me.
I do believe they're opening it from about 4 PM until 7 PM tonight. What they've been doing to kind of get
Doing some building work in the Parliament.
Now on your left hand side, once again Westminster Abbey. Royal Coronation Church, 39 royal coronations have taken place. Very first one, 1066. Also famous people who have been buried inside, over 3,300. Such people have included the likes of Sir Isaac Newton, Edward the Confessor, and Charles Dickens, have all been buried inside of Westminster Abbey. Yep, the great Mr. Dickens, buried inside. On your right hand side, statues of Gandhi. On the corner, Nelson Mandela. Anyone who's from the United States, Abraham Lincoln is coming up on your left hand side, just for the white building in front of you, Supreme Court. Millicent Fawcett, First Lady of the Square. Why? Well, she was actually placed there in 2018 to symbolise women finally getting the vote after 100 years. So, 1918, all women over the age of 30 are allowed to vote. 10 years later, 1928, all women over the age of 18 are allowed to vote. But New Zealand leads the world by example because they were the first country in the world to allow all women the right to vote. That would have been the year of 1894. Because the building in front of us, folks, it's the tax building. Yes, that is HM Revenue and Customs. So do you know what? Who said pantomimes just for December? After 3, big boos to the taxman. 1, 2, 3. Never mind, folks. It was just a joke. The bus, unfortunately, upstairs is all full, my darlings. We apologise. Gant and Falklands coming up on your right hand side in the middle of the road. And on your left hand side, past those big glass. Yes, down the street on your left hand side. On your right hand side, War Memorial for the women of World War II.
That's the
Right, folks, so this stop is for Horse Guard Parade. This stop is for Horse Guard Parade. It is also for short walk to Trafalgar Square. So once again, short walk to Trafalgar Square, Horse Guard Parade. On your left hand side, two beautiful horses coming up on Horse Guard Parade. And what they're doing now is they're changing the horse. So every hour on the hour, change the horse and go back to the stable. Gets a bit of a rest.
Yeah, they're changing the horses. Look, night time. So every 2 hours they're changing the horses because the horse gets tired.
Yep, so the horse changes every hour on the hour. Make sure they're not too hungry, not too tired, they're well taken care of. Soldiers, they're alright. Now, right in front of us, we're going to see a very tall man with a very tall column. That very tall man is Lord Admiral Horatio Nelson. Now, once upon a time, he was the commander of all the Royal Navy. Lucian. How do I know? Because the next day, a 4-hour tour of London, Greenpeace activists of 9 and 10-year-olds lying on the road with cardboard signs. Basically, me and the driver came out on the tour of very different people. Not only had I told the entire history of London, but also my own history, and the driver was nothing more than a skeleton in the National Gallery, all free to enter. So is Tate Modern, Tate Britain. No, the National Gallery, National Portrait Gallery on the right is all free to enter. Tate Modern, Tate Britain, there are other free art galleries to enter. Museums, natural history, science, Albert of Victoria, Imperial War, and British Museum, all right tucked in the corner. Now on your left hand side, the man on the tall column, that's the Grand Old Duke of York. And yes, he had 10,000 men. And on your right hand side, that statue there is of Miss Florence Nightingale, otherwise known as world's most famous nurse, otherwise known as Lady with the Lamp. Now actually, when she wanted to be a nurse, her family actually threatened to disown her. But of course, she found her calling in life through the middle arch of the 3 arches of the building right in front of you. Has anyone done Pottermore aboard this bus? No? No Pottermore? You got a Gryffindor? Yes, same! Do you know what? Air high five. There it is. Now, just in front of you is Piccadilly Circus, otherwise known as Entertainment Capital. To the slight left-hand side, up that street is Regent Street, and unfortunately, and you can even buy your very own life-size baby giraffe, Cuddly. Be one of those about £1,000. Yes, if anyone wants to get off the next stop is indeed for Hamleys. And how you get there, you exit the bus, you turn left, you see that little alleyway on your right, through there, Regent Street, here to down the Strand, for 2 nights, Royal Suite, it costs, pause for dramatic effect, £14,400. That's £14,400 for 2 nights at the Royal Suite inside the Savoy Hotel, which works out as me doing 360 bus tours. On your left hand side though, the most expensive room will be £5,200 per night. That'll be the presidential suite. Okay folks, this stop is for Green Park. This stop is for Green Park.
14,400. Greater than Apple at Chambrua. Staying in the hotel for 2 days.
The Queen, oh dear, yes. What even made it worse is that the Queen found out she was, or should I say he was sending her flowers. Very annoyed, yes, very angry. So angry in fact that she made all of her servants in the middle of the night go out into Green Park snip off all the heads of the flowers. So the king could never send this woman another flower again. And of course, with a field of green, no flowers, green park. Now, by the way, the raw stables where all the horses are kept, they would be kept in Hyde Park. And Hyde Park, coming up. Now, then on your left-hand side, once again, Hyde Park. It is okay, folks. We get free parking here.
See, in the central London, they keep the greens all the time.
Now, coming up on your right-hand side, you will be able to see some mega car dealerships. We've got like a Mini, BMW, Aston Martin coming up on the right-hand side as well. When we go round, it'll be on your left-hand side. Ferrari, Porsche, Bentley, they're in the back streets. If you guys come back to like November, December time, we do the London Christmas by Night tour. I don't know which back lanes they are, but yeah, they're there. Now, in this park, on your left-hand side, Hyde Park, many artists have performed inside. Such people include Elvis Presley, Paul McCartney, The Beatles, Elton John, Pink Floyd, The Who, and Canada's own Justin Bieber. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's mound time. Walk up, you look around, and you go back down. And apparently it just cost taxpayers £6 million. Yep, that mound right there is worth £6 million of our money. It doesn't do anything, it literally is a viewing platform.
Is that it?
That's what it is.
So you can run on
Yeah, that's it.
When you can stand on those.
There's Shard, London, yeah, that's it. And apparently at night they actually have armed guards protecting it. I kid you not, I'm doing the night tour tonight. I've been doing the night tour for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, they have armed guards protecting it.
They just built it. They just built the
Because the crown
£6
jewel.
million.
Old news. Looking brick wall with loads of barbed wire, razor wire, chicken fencing, electrical fencing, spikes, attack dogs, soldiers. Yep. Apparently though, a review on the weekend said the gardens were hideous. So okay, apparently the picnic deal is sold out in the gardens. It was indeed the longest reigning British monarch in history. That record is totally beaten just in Green Park. William and Kate's Kensington Palace, or the Royal State House of Kensington Palace. Harry and Meghan, they can be found in, well, Los Angeles. Fergie, Windsor Way. Prince Andrew, oh, we're not gonna go there. No, Sherry Bob. So this stop, ladies and gentlemen, is for Buckingham Palace, Royal Mules, Queen's Art Gallery. Buckingham Palace, Royal Mules, Queen's Art Gallery. Actually ruled from 1837. Now coming up on your left hand side, that of course would be the London Eye. 32 glass capsules around the wheel representing the 32 boroughs of London. It is 135 meters tall. It moves at 2.5 miles per hour. It takes around 30-35 minutes to do the entirety of the loop. And believe me, I'm one of the biggest scaredy cats on this planet. I went in it a few weekends ago. It's safe. It's smooth riding and absolutely safe. On your right hand side, the big white building here, this is the Ministry of Defence. And underneath it, King Henry VIII's private wine cellar. Oh yeah, one of the little facts I've got to tell you about his wine. 5 jugs a day. He used to drink 5 jugs a day. Rumours, but still. Now on your right hand side, that's New Scotland Yard, of course home of the Metropolitan Police Force. Around 17,000 officers currently on the streets. Oh, and of course, reason some of our police force are called Bobbies. Of course, Robert Peel, founder of the Metropolitan Police Force. And of course, short and Robert down, Bob, Bobby. Bobby is other name for police. And right in front of us is Big Ben. Somewhere underneath all the construction work, it's there. Yes, it started 2017, and basically they're not building anything new. All they're doing is just sharpening some features, replastering, cleaning up the clock face. But yeah, construction sergeant. Okay guys, I'm so sorry, but there are no seats left upstairs. I'm sorry, but there are no seats left upstairs, my darlings.
Excellent.
Now once again, big